I want to talk to you guys about the power of prospecting in today's market. What does a cold prospect look like? What does a warm prospect look like? And what does a customer look like? And how do you get more referrals from a customer? What is the best business out there? Word of mouth business. Doing the right thing by people. If you don't recommend something yourself, don't recommend to your customers. Very simple. Karma. Don't advise others what you don't advise yourself. Simple. Always put other people first before yourself. Customers are always buying shit, but they don't like to be sold to. But if we do buy, we buy through a friend, or we buy off a friend. So can we transact more properties by taking our salesman hat off? Yes or no? Can we advise people to say, this is not the right property for you? Can we advise people to say, based on the statistics of what the apartment market in Melbourne has been doing, it's not a good investment choice for you. It's purely a lifestyle choice. Human beings can't make decisions themselves. As a salesman, you help people make decisions for them, and your job is to make them feel great about the decision that they've just made. It's the reassurance. How can you prospect an area if you don't know that area well, like the back of your hand? How many properties are on the market? What type of demographic lives in that specific area? What's your median price? What's your median apartment price? Why are you prospecting? The reason why I say take your salesman hat off, why? Is because if you turn more into an advisor, you got nothing to worry. Because 50% of our job is based on our knowledge. And that 50% that just comes out of our mouth is purely just knowledge. Let's cover the topic of script and dialogues. How to have better scripts, better dialogues. Can we practice our scripts and dialogues before we pick up a phone and contact that consumer? A doctor does not practice on a patient. It kills the patient. So why are you guys practicing on just clients? Because it's going to reflect back at your pocket right here. We have this problem as sales agents where we like to blame the market. We like to blame the other agency's commission. We like to blame the other agency's marketing. Do you listen to yourself sometimes? Oh, that agent took that listing because of this, because of that. Hold on. Some of the best salespeople, some of the best entrepreneurs in the world are people that have acknowledged that I am the problem, not the client. I can become more. I can have better presentation skills. I can negotiate better. I can negotiate in my marketing. That agency wasn't the problem. The commission was not the problem. I was the problem because I wasn't prepared for that presentation. The minute you say that that agent took it over because he had low commission, you're a fucking making excuses. Don't make excuses. The minute that you say their marketing was better, you fucked up. You lost the listing. There are times out there that another agency will go in there to that specific vendor because they haven't been pitched right, they haven't shown, you haven't shown the value and they haven't seen the value. So then they're like, all right, well, I'll go for the 1%. There are times out there when people are very stingy, but the majority of the time, I would never ever pick the cheapest agent out there because that cheapest agent is going to bring me a cheap fucking price because they can't negotiate. You will never be able to sell a young couple a house. You will never ever be able to sell an elderly couple a double-story home when they're looking at downsizing. They already know what they're after. So how do they sell themselves? We get paid to market and to negotiate. That's it. Topic number 3, price adjustments. The word price adjustment in here is not a reduction. I called it an adjustment to meet the market. We're not reducing the price of that rental property. We're adjusting it to meet the market because sometimes it's not about the money, it's about the next lifestyle that you have income coming in. Price adjustment. This is not a price reduction. Our vendors are currently getting educated by watching the news. How do you have a script? How do you have a pitch that we can use that in order to leverage off our price adjustments? Today onwards, create a group chat straight away. The minute you wake up, you don't say good morning to your partner. You don't say good morning to your mom and dad. Because good morning does not feel good when the bank account's empty. You simply pick up your phone. Good morning, Diane, how are you? Pleasure talking to you. Just wanted to let you know I will be making phone calls for your property to all our internal database buyers, to external database buyers, to financiers and brokers and every single accountant to make sure that we have represented your property and we've created enough opportunities out there. Speak to them on a daily basis. Always over service and over deliver, under promise. The minute I get an inquiry, if it's at 7:45 p.m. at night, I take a screenshot and I forward back to that group chat straight away. I go, Diane and Naomi just thought I'll let you know I've received an inquiry, I've already responded. It's 7:48, then you responded back at 7:49. That's called fucking efficiency. That's called commitment. When an inquiry comes, you fucking drop everything. You pull over and you call on the spot. The more you talk to them, the more effort you put in, the more they will listen to you. But if you haven't been putting in the work on a daily basis, guess what you're doing? You're fucking talking gibberish. Don't be scared to have a conversation. It's okay, because you're not in control of the market. Don't be scared. If you've promised them something, blame it back on the market. Say, I've made phone calls for your property, but nobody's responded back. Do not be scared to have a conversation, because that's what you get paid for, to have balls to speak to people. The follow-up is very important. When I'm talking about follow-up, on Saturday, why are you going home without calling the buyers? Your job's not done if you haven't followed up with the buyers on Saturday. If you're getting 1 or 2 buys on that specific property that you've just done and open for inspection, straight after you leave, it was a pleasure meeting you, looking forward to speaking to you, bam, 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 get ChatGPT to say it, kind regards, Hero from Z Real Estate. If you need a copy of Section 32 or if you need a copy of contract, let me know. What will happen straight after this, you're actually one step ahead of the next agent that actually talks to them. You're one step ahead. You're actually a lot more proactive than them. Follow up with the buyers straight away. As you followed up with this text, you're going to call them at 5 p.m. And this is what you're going to sound like. Very simple. This is Jenny from Z Real Estate. Michael, how are you? Good. I'm doing unbelievable. Thank you very much. Ha 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 ha. Why are you doing unbelievable? I'm glad you asked, because I get to talk to you. It's raining outside and I fucking love the rain. You know you fucking hate the rain. The reason for this phone call is one simple thing. Did you have any further interest on the home? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Do you need to sell your home before you purchase something else? Where are you living? Oh, you live in Elwood. What a beautiful pocket that is. Oh, where do you live? You live in Caroline Springs? Have you walked around the lake? I love that neighborhood. Where are you calling from? Sunnybrook. Oh, I love that location, Sunnybrook. It's so close to the airport. You're in a community. Great. Have you organized your finances? If you haven't organized your finances, let me recommend you Dom from Z Money. You didn't like this house? Can I make another recommendation? Before you purchase a property, for God's sake, let a conveyancer review the Section 32 on the contract before you sign. Have you got a good conveyancer? If you ask these 5 qualifying questions, did you like the house? Okay, no. What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Would you consider for the right price then? Are you looking at selling your home? That neighborhood community is an amazing community. I love that neighborhood. You don't have a house to sell? Have you got your finances organized? Good. No problem at all. Let me recommend you a finance guy. He's going to give you a call. In today's market, if you want to survive, you have to follow through with them at least 7 times. 7 times until your fingers bleed and you got fucking anxiety and you got a headache. Then you've given it your best, because every phone call should make you money. The reason being is there's so much inventory on the market right now. People have a lot of options. The person that provides the best service in today's market is a person that will close more deals. Very simple. And once you follow through with these lovely people, you don't say, did you like the house? You offer help. You offer help. I understand that it's got reverse living. It may not be for you. Let me find you something else. Objection mastery. Whoa, what a big topic that is. I don't like the kitchen. I like the house though. Michael, I don't like the floors. Oh, there's too many apartments here. Oh, there's not enough amenities here. That's called objection handling with buyers. Then we got objection handling with sellers. Your commission is too high. Have you practiced these? If you haven't practiced these, why are you going into a listing presentation? Why are you doing an open home if you haven't got the Section 32, if you haven't got the contract? Why are you doing injustice to yourself? To the wealthy and to elderly, what do you sell them? You sell them time. Time is limited. To husband and wife, you sell them the fucking vision. So you can do better. Because you're only 40 years old, you're only 35 years old, or you're only 50 years old. You got another 25 years before fucking retirement. To a young couple, you sell them a fucking dream. Oh, there's so much money out there, you have no idea. People are investing right now. That's why the Chinese and the Indians, they keep getting wealthy and wealthy, because they keep buying land. And when's a good time to buy it? 25 fucking years ago. It's all your attitude. Be responsive. Create urgency. How do we create urgency on every single deal? How do we make sure that Bridget wins that listing? This is what you're going to do. I know that you're going to interview all these agents out here straight after me. What I'm going to do, Mr. and Mrs. Potential Seller, if you don't mind, I'm going to start making phone calls for your property already. Is that okay? Let me do a buyer match on the spot for you right now. This is what I'm going to do. The buyer match, show them that shit on that database. I've got 215 people looking for a property like yourself. Look at all the names and numbers. You don't mind if I call Jenny in front of you? Zed from Zed Real Estate. How are you? Good. I've got a potential property that's currently off market. Would you like to come down and have a look at it 4 p.m. on Saturday? You don't mind, do you? Come, let's go. Have a look at that off market. You're creating urgency. Already you're getting started. You're going to fucking knock Leo down. Puts, gone. That is another strategy on how you can generate more. So topic number 7. Buyer to seller conversion. How do you convert a buyer into a potential seller? What questions should you ask? What scripts and dialogues do you need before you open up your mouth? And how do you close a buyer to a seller within 48 hours of meeting him? Within 7 days of meeting them? Within 14 days of meeting them? How to set vendor expectations from day one? What to say, how to price it. It's very important that we put properties, we've priced them right, and we've actually managed the vendor expectation from day one. So they don't come back saying it's your fault. You told me this. Negotiation rule. How to negotiate anything to anyone, anytime, anywhere. What is the rule of negotiation? You don't negotiate. What is rule number 2 of negotiation? If this vendor says 1.5%, I'll go down to 1.3%. Rule number 3, you don't fucking negotiate. Sir? We only negotiate up. For those of you guys that's been into listing presentations with me, you know that I never do serious listing presentations. I'm taking pressure away from the potential sellers. I'm taking away all the nervousness so I don't get nervous and they don't get nervous. And I always crack like a little joke in there to break the ice. And it builds a rapport, relationship, and it shows that I'm a human. I'm not just another salesman out there. Because you want people to remember you after you've left that room. You want people to remember you after you've left that listing presentation. Don't be nervous to be yourself. Because there's only one of you that looks like you out there in the world. That's what makes you so special. Like, what makes you brand different? I walked into this presentation with a guy that's worth at least $500 million. Straight away, I said, you got all this money, but you can't look after your gut. You like your food, don't you? Try not to do that with everybody. I'll give you an example of how you can test this out when it comes to cold calling. Ellie from Z Real Estate. The purpose of this phone call is I've noticed that your property's been on the market for a very long time and we're helping all the homeowners whose homes haven't sold yet. Okay, do you know how many phone calls like this I get, Mr. Potential Agent? Yes, I understand you probably get another phone call. Can you reject me in the next 30 seconds if you don't mind? I'm looking forward to you reject me one more time. Please reject me. They named the reject shop after me. Be humorous. Take it easy. Don't be a salesman. Be a human. Your home has been sitting on the market for a very long time. It breaks my heart as to why it's not sold. You need help. You need somebody that can come in and negotiate for you. I understand you get these phone calls all the bloody time. But however, they're not me and I'm not them. Give me 2.5 minutes of your time and I'll come in there and I'll bring my own teapot. That's how you can be humorous. Don't forget to be humorous. Don't forget to connect with their kids when you're walking past. Don't forget to appreciate all the finishes that they have inside their home. Be humorous. Be yourself. Use your charm. The way you deliver it, the way you talk, the way you communicate, your tonality, your enthusiasm, your energy. At Z Real Estate, we're not your normal practice. We are advisors. The reason why your property hasn't sold is because your agent is not pre-qualifying them. They're not pre-educating the buyers. The buyer walks into your property, they're after a double story, and they're showing a single story. Can I ask how many people you've had through your property? 40 inquiries have come through your property, and they haven't been able to convert. You only got 20 buyers. Out of those 20 buyers, 10 of them didn't like the floor plan. Then you've had 10 fucking people to deal with, and your agent hasn't closed the deal. What does that tell you? He does not have the gift of the gap, and he's not pre-qualifying, pre-educating him, and he's a great fucking order taker. This potential agency, an agent, they've done very good in a good market. Not in today's market. You need a hustler that knows how to negotiate. If anything, we're going to fucking bump the price up. My name is Leo, and I'm calling from Z Real Estate. I'm calling all the homeowners whose homes haven't sold yet. Would you be open to getting a second opinion? I will tell you why your home hasn't sold. Your agent has been bringing in people without pre-qualifying them, without pre-educating them, and they're great order takers. They've done incredibly well in a good market, but not in today's market because you have to fucking work for it. I will pre-qualify them. Make sure that they have their finances sorted. I will make sure that they've already sold the established home before they come into the property. I will never ever bring in a buyer, not unless they come in there with their husband, or all decision makers, or the wife. All decision makers, and the best time to sell this house would be at 5 p.m. because they can see the day and night transition. How good is that? I will make sure that I've done you justice. A salesman should never ever be broke in their life.